Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Is It Worth It? And today I'm going to be talking about Kernel Season's popcorn seasoning. And this is going to be a bit more of a typical review as opposed to what I'm usually doing. This is a product that I use quite often and I really like it, so I guess that's your quick answer. I would say it's worth it, but I'm going to talk about some things about it that I like and some thoughts. So I'll start you off with this video and then I'll come right back. I personally have 3 flavors, but there are many. I have butter, garlic parmesan, and nacho cheddar. For this, I'm just going to be using butter. And what's great about this is that you don't have to have popcorn with anything on it already. You don't have to use melted butter to make it stick. It sticks by itself. And it doesn't have to be hot either. And so you just pour it on like you would any other seasoning. And what I do is spin it and then toss it, and I do that 3 times to make sure it's an even coat. And you'll notice that the color doesn't really change, and it should be that way. Most of them won't change the color except for nacho cheddar. But if you can tell a big difference in color, you probably have too much on. And you can really tell from that too because you can taste the grittiness. But I did it again, and now it's just the right amount and it's good. So there you saw it in action and me using it and how it works, which is pretty obvious, but... And so all the flavors I think are pretty good. The nacho cheddar can be kind of weird, I think. It's not the best one, and they have tons of flavors that are kind of wild too, like chocolate stuff. I don't know if I'd want to do that, but of the normal ones, you can't go wrong with butter. Garlic parmesan's pretty good. And what's nice about these seasonings is you can use them on anything, really. It mentions on the packaging you can use it in like a pasta or something. So anything you'd want to, you can use the seasoning on. I've used it in pasta before and it works well. And then that's where I think nacho cheddar can work if you use it in like a ground beef for a taco or something, so you get a nacho taco. What's good about this is that it's pretty low calorie. It's 2 calories per quarter teaspoon, which, a quarter teaspoon, that's not a lot, but you probably won't be using a whole lot on it on your food anyway, so you're not getting a ton of calories. I would say maybe what I used on my popcorn was maybe 20 calories, so it's not a whole lot extra. And so if you're trying to stay low calorie and healthy, that works, especially with your popcorns, because low calorie popcorn can usually be pretty bland, so it's a little something to flavor your popcorn or whatever else while still staying low calorie. It's a pretty straightforward product. You can figure out how to use it just because it's a seasoning, obviously. What you really need to watch out for is over-seasoning on your stuff. Because it doesn't usually give a color, it's really hard to tell how much you've put on and if it's too much, so you have to taste it. Otherwise, you can actually see that everything's coated in the powder and like granules, and then too little too late. And then you can taste it and it'll be gritty. Just be careful there. Just know how much you're putting on. You don't need a whole lot. And what's really nice is that you, once again, don't have to put anything on the popcorn to make it stick. No melted butter, which is usually what you use, and that's what bumps up the calories. You can just pop it on and it's good. I like my container swirling, tossing method. I think it works best since you can put in the powder, close it all up, and then just shake it around so you make sure things get coated. But you can use whatever methods. I don't really like usual kind of scoop methods where you just kind of almost spoon it around because that doesn't get things where they should be all the time. And then like the seasoning will sit on the bottom. And so if you shake it around, it's actually going around too. But besides that, I just really like this product. It's generally cheap. You can get a lot of uses out of it. I've had the butter for a long time now, almost a year maybe. And there's still some. It's getting low, but, I'll have to buy some soon. It lasts a long time. It's pretty cheap and it's usable in many ways. So I'd say this is worth a thumbs up, and you should go check it out if you want to. Compared to other seasonings and homemade, I would say this is probably one of the better things because I've done some homemade stuff and it's not always the best, or it's just really, it's a lot of work and a lot of calories. And so this is just a really quick, simple, easy. You can check the ingredients. Sometimes it's kind of scary words, but I don't think there's anything in there that's too ridiculous. Personally, this is my top popcorn seasoning brand. Let me know what kind of seasonings you like to use, homemade, store-bought, in the comments below. Thank you. Is there something you'd like to see featured on Is It Worth It? Let me know in the comments, and I may make an episode for it.